What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Opinionated Diva Presents Plenty of Tiff. I'm your girl, Tiffany, aka Opinionated Diva. Can we talk about how fast the summer is flying by? We are deep in the heat of late July. Everybody is trying to stay cool, keep their AC pumping, and somehow survive the endless humidity. But I must say, NYC is on the second day of a days-long stretch of low humidity and comfortably warm weather. I am here for it all. But on the flip side of the weather coin, I want to send prayers to everyone down in the Gulf Coast dealing with Tropical Storm Bertha. After coming ashore along Louisiana and Texas, the storm was downgraded to a tropical depression and is breaking down over land, but it is still dumping heavy rain, causing flash flooding and creating high coastal surf from New Orleans all the way to Southeast Texas. So please stay safe out there. So last week on episode 26, I dropped a little fun fact about how the human foot has 26 bones. You'll have to go back and watch to see how that segued into feet pics. However, wouldn't you know it, the universe must be playing with me in a good way. Because for episode 27, I found out the human hand has exactly 27 bones. At this rate, honey, by episode 200, I'm going to have to start teaching a whole anatomy class, okay? But hey, 27 bones in the hand just means 27 ways for me to talk with these hands here. How to clap back at the nonsense in the comments because y'all be trying it. And sign these brand contracts. I'm impatiently waiting. We have a pretty solid show for you today. Nothing too outrageous. Well, I mean, on a scale from 1 to what the hell, is pretty modest, all things considered. So kick back, turn the volume up, and get ready because we are getting straight into it right now. Okay. Stop whatever you are doing, like right now. Hit pause on this podcast, pull out your phone if you aren't listening to me on your phone, and text the family group chat immediately if they live in any of these 6 states: Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, New Mexico, and or Mississippi. We aren't even over the cyclosporiasis parasitic outbreak yet, so why are we already having another massive recall? I swear we cannot catch a break in these dietary screens. Not to mention, we are officially in peak cookout season. Somebody auntie is probably already prepping potato salad. Somebody cousin is already frying up some fish and chicken or baking a cake for Sunday fellowship after church. But hold your horses. We have a code red emergency in the kitchen. Today's public service announcement is all about protecting our people, protecting our tum-tums, and most importantly, protecting those deviled eggs, okay? If you are in one of the 6 states I mentioned, I'm going to need you to inspect your refrigerator right now. The FDA just dropped a crazy recall notice, and we are talking 19 million eggs yanked off the shelves. Yes, 19 million. Why? Because Midwest Poultry Services realized these eggs might be carrying salmonella. Nobody has time to be fighting their life over a scrambled egg. Here is what we need to look out for. So grab a pen or open your notes app. First, where they were sold. If you or your mama or your grandma shop at Kroger's or Brookshire's, notice how I said Kroger's with an S, I don't care. Pay extra attention. Second, the brands. We are talking Kroger, Simple Truth, Cage Free, Brookshire's, Country Morning, and Sunups. Third, the dates. Check the side of that carton for best buy or sell by dates between July 20th and August 17th, 2026. And finally, the plant codes. If you see codes P1950 or 0840962, do not crack those eggs. If you have them in your fridge, do not try to cook them extra hard thinking you can get the heat on it, okay? It is not going to get rid of salmonella, all right? Throw them away or take them back to the store, honey, and get that refund. Okay. I am telling you this because we cannot have Sunday brunch ruined. Not mine. Not on my dime. We cannot have the church dinner compromised. And if auntie's potato salad gets someone sick this weekend, we will never hear the end of the family drama. So do your civic duty. Check your fridge, check your peoples, and secure the cookout menu. And let's not forget our Canadian brethren and sistren. I am sending you love, prayer, and seasoned strength because you too are experiencing a major crisis. Oh yes, we know about that massive recall of garlic powder. Now, if you don't know, you should know that when you mess with garlic powder, you are risking widespread panic in the Black community. Okay. It is foundational. Like you can't make anything without it. This isn't like paprika. Like if that got recalled, we might give it a damn for real, but we ain't stressing it. You know why? We all know paprika tastes like absolutely nothing, but we still dust it on deviled eggs and tater salad, and we still marinate it with our chicken so it looks like it's seasoned to the gods. But garlic powder? Oh no. Garlic powder actually does do heavy lifting. Okay. But all jokes aside, this is also a real deal health warning from the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. Heavenly Spices brand garlic powder sold at Dollarama is being recalled for contamination with a nasty bacteria called Bacillus cereus, which will also have your stomach in shambles, just like those unlucky one of us in the States. Not me though. If you got it in your pantry, throw it out immediately. Now that I've saved the family gatherings from Ontario all the way to the Mississippi Delta, let's get into my absolute favorite part of the show. Wait, hold up. I literally had to pause my recording. We have another Diva Drop hot off the internet. Word on the street is that Diddy just got tossed into solitary confinement in federal prison after allegedly getting into a physical fight and choking somebody out. The internet wasted no time. Literally within minutes of doing what the internet does, the jokes were already flying in the comments, and 99.9% of them had baby oil in it. And while all the comments are cutting up, I'm sitting here genuinely confused. Diddy, listen to me. I just talked about you last week. You made a cool $55 million selling off that Florida mansion. All you literally have to do is lay low. What in the world is this? Didn't we just see a video clip of you two the other week in your full hair glory, taking a nice, peaceful daily grandpa lap around the yard? You were looking like somebody Gramps doing his morning power walk. How did we go from this to catching hands in M City? Now, if you watched Eyes on HBO, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Look, at the end of the day, it is prison. People fight. Tensions are high. And honestly, we should be lucky that this encounter only entailed fighting. But Diddy, please sit your gray hair down, stay in your lane, and stop giving us a reason to drop baby oil jokes, honey, because I'm tired. All right, now for real, back to our regularly scheduled program. Let's get back into my favorite. Next up, shine, shade, or side eye. First up, the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce just announced the Hollywood Walk of Fame class of 2027, and over 30 entertainers across film, television, music, and theater are getting their stars, and the list is pretty awesome. First of all, huge congratulations to Keke Palmer. Keke has been working in this industry since she was a little girl, from Akilah and the Bee to holding down daytime talk shows, starring in blockbuster movies, and running her own network. Like inspiration for sure, right? She is the definition of a multi-hyphenate, hardworking, media maven, someone who gives meme material and talent every single time. Giving Keke her star on the Walk of Fame is long overdue, in my opinion. And also a shout out to David Allen Greer. David has been making us LOL before LOL was a thing since In Living Color, honey, okay? And if you haven't seen him in the comedy series St. Dennis Medical, I think it has like maybe 3 or 4 seasons, you are missing out. He is hilarious. So I'm happy to see him finally getting his also well-deserved star. We also have Raven Simone, Idris Elba, Delroy Lindo, Lil Wayne, Grandmaster Flash, Karol G, and Charlamagne the God, yes, to radio, all getting recognized in this class of over 30 nominees. And I must say, for the music category, the Walk of Fame embraces the full diversity of music history, which I love to see, from hip-hop to musical theater to punk rock to classic country. For a full list of the 2027 class, make sure you head over to www.halloffame.com after you finish watching this episode. So don't go anywhere right now. We are keeping the positive vibes rolling with another big shine, and this one goes to Cenat for putting on the second annual Streamer University. For those of you who don't know what Streamer U is, Kai basically rented out 5 main campus building dorms and facilities at a liberal arts college named Hendrix University in Arkansas to host the 5 or 6 day creator boot camp. He brought in about 120 up-and-coming digital creators and streamers to give them a real hands-on masterclass in content creation, branding, production, and how to actually navigate this digital landscape. And class was in session, but not without its perks, okay? So every student got surprised on day one with a brand new free smartphone and a full year of mobile service through Chat Mobile. If you were me and you're today years old when you learned about Chat Mobile, think of it as a fan club disguised as a phone company. It runs on T-Mobile's 5G network, but instead of just giving you data, your monthly bill acts like a backstage pass to exclusive streetwear drops, to celebrity concerts, and giveaways. So while anyone can sign up for Chat Mobile, it's definitely not meant for your grandma, okay? Their ideal customer is a Gen Z creator, a diehard rap fan, or a sneakerhead. And that's fair. I'll stick with AT&T and T and our toxic relationship. But look, I need to know why my application got lost in the mail. Actually, I never submitted it. But why was I not even in that class? Because listen, I am trying to elevate. I'm trying to get this production crisp. And I definitely would not have said no to a free phone line. Kai, if you're listening, put Opinionated Diva on. I want to be a VIP intern on the student list for the next one because I'm showing up. I do want to shout out, though, a standout streamer. I love puzzles. She was the oldest student accepted into streamer universities at the age of 57. Okay. She's a creator who live streams herself completing jigsaw puzzles. Who knew? Cenat personally invited her to the 2026 semester, giving her the honorary title of Streamer University Librarian. I think that whole scenario is just the bee's knees. It proves you are never too old to live out your dream. And in the words of a wise man, I have a dream. If this podcast thing doesn't work out, honey, there is still hope for me to start my future streaming a channel dedicated entirely to me in my bed, watching back-to-back episodes of First 48 while giving you iconic commentary. Hear me out. There really is nothing more relaxing than watching a grown man crying in the interrogation room after carrying an AR-15 on purpose and murdering someone over a drug deal gone bad. Back to Cenat. He is not stopping in Arkansas. He just announced that the next edition of Streamer University is going international and heading to Europe. Parlez-vous français? You never know. Maybe I'll see you there. All right. We are 3 for 3 on Shine. I told y'all it was pretty modest this week, right? And that Shine goes to Tyler Perry. He just pulled a fast one on everybody. His hit Netflix drama series, Beauty in Black, was announced to be wrapping up for good with season 3. And then out of nowhere, Netflix comes back and says, psych, we were knowing for season 4. Apparently, the streaming numbers were so huge, crossing over 1 billion total viewing hours, that Netflix saw those stats and was like, we can't cancel this gold mine. They reversed their own decision just to keep Tyler Perry's show running. Now, full transparency, I've never watched a single episode of Beauty in Black. Not one, literally. So I am turning this over to y'all in the comments. Should I be watching this show? Is the drama really that good? Is it peak messy television? Or is it just classic Tyler Perry because if so? But it can't be though, right? Because if Netflix is uncanceling shows and ordering a season 4 off the back of pure viewership, somebody out there is glued to their TV screen, honey, okay? So huge shine to Tyler Perry and cast and crew and production for continuing to prove that, love him or hate him, his audience shows up in full force every single time. Well, you know the sun doesn't shine forever. It is now time to turn the lights down a little bit, actually off with blackout curtains, because I have some major shade to hand out, and today is going directly to Minnesota Timberwolves basketball player Anthony Edwards. Again, I've never seen Beauty in Black, but maybe, just maybe, Anthony Edwards and his now wife can move in next door to the Belleries. Let me start by putting a disclaimer out there right away. No, I am not all up in his relationship. I literally just found out about this craziness like 24 hours ago. No, I am not the girlfriend he repeatedly cheats on over the last 4 to 5 years. So I can't speak on her, but I can speak about her. And no, I do not know these people personally, and I am not trying to sit in their living room, but honey, if these walls could talk. However, news just broke that he officially and secretly tied the knot with his girlfriend Shannon last week, right in the middle of a highly publicized, chaotic paternity and child support battle with one of his baby mamas. Well, actually, just days before the secret wedding, a judge ruled in Edward's favor, officially reducing his monthly child support payments from $5,000 to around $3,000. I guess he immediately went and married his girlfriend following that victory. Maybe that was how they celebrated. I guess they have been together since I think 2020. But over the last couple of years, maybe 3 to 4, Anthony has been tied up in paternity court with multiple outside pregnancies and leaked text messages making the rounds all over the internet. To be Pacific, he has fathered 4 children with 4 different women, he and Shannon's daughter being one. But the kicker is 3 of those poor innocent, I'm sure cutie patootie babies, were born within a 2-month window at the end of 2023 and early 2024. And these are the quotes that his now wife has said about the whole situationship. Quote, "You say I'm one of God's strongest soldiers. Put me on the front line." Is that a flex? Or when people express feeling sorry for her, she shut that down with, "Y'all just finding out. I guess the more you know." Oh, okay. This type of behavior, and I am no Iyanla Van Zant, and my situationships have been just as tragic without the pot of gold at the end of the paternity rainbow. But this type of behavior is what I call making an irrational thought rational, strictly because you are so fixated on the desired outcome. Getting that ring and reaching the finish line of marriage was the ultimate prize, no matter how she got there. And to quote the wise lyrics of Olita Adams and Follow Me, "You can reach me by sailboat." Oh, he'd be cruising. "Climb a tree and swing rope to rope." Oh, he'd definitely be swinging that thing. "Take a sled and slide down slow." He'd be sliding too, for sure. "Into these arms of mine." I'm sure those apology hugs were super tight. "You can jump on a speedy colt." Well, yes, he is young and fast, and well, I can't speak on if he's a horse or not. Only you and his Wilt Chamberlain list of women can. "Cross the border in a blaze of hope." Border or a broom, honey, it's all bridal to me. "I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can." And scene. Congratulations on the wedding, I guess. Talk about drama for your mama, honey. Well, baby mamas for today's episode. But without further ado, honey, it is finally time to read the room. Or shall I say, read the scroll. We are taking it back to the 8th century BC. The internet has spent the last week completely losing its mind over director Christopher Nolan's blockbuster adaptation of the Odyssey. Right-wing commentators, internet trolls, and Elon Musk, honey, have been up in arms, staging an online boycott because Nolan chose to cast Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy. The critics are calling the decision absurd, claiming it ruins the historical accuracy of the epic under the guise that Helen, the face that launched 1,000 ships, needs to look a certain way. But if we're going to read the room, we need to look at the facts and look at the absolute hypocrisy of how selective outrage operates. First of all, let's address the historical accuracy argument because actual historians have entered the chat. Scholars have pointed out how silly this outrage is because Helen of Troy is a mythological figure. She is a fictional character in an ancient epic poem. In the actual myth, Helen is a demigoddess who literally hatched out of a swan egg after the god Zeus turned her into a bird to seduce her mother. So let's make sure we have this straight. The internet is perfectly fine accepting that a woman hatched out of a bird egg, but a Black actress playing the role is where they draw the line of disbelief. Furthermore, where was this energy for the rest of the cast? The film stars Matt Damon as the Greek hero Odysseus and Tom Holland as Telemachus. Last time anyone checked, Matt Damon is from Boston and Tom Holland is from England. Neither of them are ethnically Greek, yet their casting faced zero mainstream outrage, as it shouldn't, or organized boycotts, as it should not have. The selective outrage becomes even more glaring when you look at how often white actors are cast to play characters they do not resemble, or characters from entirely different ethnic backgrounds, with absolutely no pushback. Okay, we can always talk about Elizabeth Taylor, honey, playing Cleopatra, but we don't even have to go back that far into the archives to see how common this is in modern cinema. Look at the movie Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, where Hollywood cast Jake Gyllenhaal, a white actor from Los Angeles, to play a Middle Eastern prince. Look at the film Exodus, Gods and Kings, where Christian Bale was cast to play the Middle Eastern biblical figure of Moses. And Joel Edgerton was cast as the Egyptian pharaoh Ramesses. Look at Noah, where Russell Crowe played a Middle Eastern biblical patriarch, or even Pan, where Rooney Mara was cast to play Tiger Lily, a character explicitly written as a Native American princess. In every single one of those major studio films, white actors took on roles of characters they did not ethnically resemble or resemble at all. No one threw a tantrum. No one called directors anti-white, and no one threatened to build an entire AI movie out of spite. Looking at you, Elon. Who was worse than Anthony Edwards on the rock bottom day of being a man whore? The double standard is loud and clear. Black actors are routinely expected to justify their presence in stories built entirely on imagination, while everyone else just gets to act. But honestly, I'm just glad that Lupita and the rest of the star-studded cast completely ignored the noise. They showed up and showed out during the entire press tour, looking absolutely flawless, and handled the ignorance with pure grace. The movie is already a certified, undeniable blockbuster hit, and no amount of internet tears are going to change that. So if you can't read the room, maybe learn to read some philosophy. Half of these people complaining have probably never even heard of the Odyssey before this week. But the second a racist has a chance to do what they do, they jump on it like white on rice. The internet needs to take a deep breath, stop hiding behind fake historical accuracy, and read the room. Go in peace. And that's a wrap. If you like today's episode, hit that subscribe button and share this with somebody who needs to get their facts straight today. Let me know in the comments. Are y'all buying tickets to go see the Odyssey? I heard it's 3 hours, honey. So the last movie I saw that long was definitely Malcolm X. So there you go. Do you think Anthony Edwards deserves all the shade, or does he deserve a break from making an honest woman out of his chosen baby mama? To hell with him, though, being honest, because honest where? Don't let my opinion be the only one that counts. I want to hear yours, okay? I am all eyes and all ears. As always, the conversation does not end here. Make sure you follow me on IG at Opinionated Diva and on TikTok at The Opinionated Diva for my notes on the chaos that comes across my screen throughout the week, but might not make it to next week's episode of Plenty of Tiff, right? And with that, I'm your girl Tiff, aka Opinionated Diva, signing off. So until next week, peace.